movies coming out, right?
Yeah, they released a group picture of the guys that are going to be the actors going to be playing the Beatles, and some are kind of familiar, and some maybe not so much so, but they're all established actors, and they're going to be 4 individual films, each one based on the life of each individual Beatle.
Wow. And they're not going to all be released at the same time.
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah, that'd be a hard choice as to go to see John one night, maybe Paul the next. Ringo.
Yeah, they haven't talked about the disparity between the spreads or anything like that.
Right.
But Sam Mendes does a good job with movies. Did Skyfall and some other films. So I'm really kind of anxious to see how it works out.
All right, we'll keep you posted on that. It's 8:32, of course, and time for the news. Brought to you by your friends at Roger Hemming LLC. Find Roger on the west side on 104 for all your construction, overhead door, and fencing. Right now, downtown, 45 degrees. And again, Bill Shope.
Thanks, Steve. Good morning, everybody. As we've been discussing all morning long, on the heels of a flood watch, the director of the Sauter County EMA, Larry Mullins, said it's been a tough stretch of weather, especially since September of last year, but it remains important to know what's going on and to be prepared.
Well, our area residents need to be aware that we do have a flood watch that goes into effect this evening and will last all the way through Sunday morning. Predictions right now are over the next couple of days, we're going to receive 4 to 6 inches of rain, and that will cause flooding, especially flash flooding as possible due to the excessive rainfall. So we need to make sure that we pay attention to the weather, especially those who live in the areas that are prone to flooding, like the area there in New Boston, on Valley Street. Also, if you have flooding like in February or September, you really need to start paying attention and monitor local forecasts.
Mullins said if you see water rising up near your residence, don't procrastinate, take action.
If you do live in an area that's prone to flooding, be ready to move out, take action if a flood warning is issued. So we do have a very serious situation coming over the next few days. Some parts of the state are going to receive over 8 to 10 inches of rain. So it's not a good situation. A lot of water with no place to go.
In fact, the entire Buckeye State is bracing for another round of severe weather beginning tonight. Jay Fox tells us more.
The National Weather Service is advising Ohioans to prepare for heavy rain, hail, wind, and isolated tornadoes beginning this evening and extending through the early portion of Thursday. Areas west of Interstate 71 are expected to be at greatest risk from the Lake Erie shoreline down to the Ohio River. The impacts are forecast to be less in counties further east, with those bordering Pennsylvania and West Virginia only listed as possible. 5 days of heavy rain are expected, with a flood watch issued through Sunday, with rainfall amounts in excess of 4 inches possible.
And as we've been discussing the last couple of days, the Portsmouth Department of Public Utilities is going to be flushing fire hydrants for city customers. It began yesterday. It's going to run through Tuesday, May the 6th. Now, tomorrow, April 3rd, fire hydrants will be flushed in all of Wheelersburg all the way to Franklin Furnace. Your water is not going to be shut off. You may experience a little bit of low water pressure or even some discolored water for a short period of time. Flushing will start at 6 p.m. It'll last approximately 6 to 8 hours, and when that's completed, you should notice improved service. For Mix 99.3 News, I'm Bill Shope.
Flushing.
Well, we
Get
had some
that
calls.
Water gushing.
Well, we had calls yesterday saying because they were going to shut off the water inside of Illinois. No, they're just flushing hydrants. You're
That's
fine.
right, just flushing. Just flush. We all do it. I flush, you flush, all godchildren's flush.
Hopefully, yes.
Well, today's a national holiday. It is today the 2nd of April. It is National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. Oh,
For my grandson, that's every day.
yeah, PBJ. Well, the thing is, that's probably one of the most American treats of all time, and I think it should be celebrated. But I think there's one brand that should be banned.
Of?
You don't put the peanut butter and the jelly together in the jar.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, to me, that's blasphemous. You don't do that.
It's those Smuckers people, isn't it?
No, I know, but they knew they latched onto a good thing, and then they decided, well, they could make money doing that. No, You've got to be able to take the peanut butter, put it on, and then put the jelly on separate.
Have you ever seen Bill Belichick's YouTube video about how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
I will check that out today.
You need to watch it. It is great.
But I think all peanut butter and jelly put in the same jar together should be banned. I should be. And that's my personal opinion. You'll never see me eat peanut butter and jelly together out of the jar. I like to go the full Monty and make it myself.
Same here.
There you go. So for all of us purists,
Today is April 2nd, National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. It's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Where he at? Where he at? Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Happy Peanut Butter and Jelly Day.
oh yes, PBJ for all, baby.
Goober grape.
All right, this update brought to you by Roger Hemming LLC. Find Roger on the west side, of course, for all your construction, overhead door, and fencing. We got sports on the way.
Southern Ohio Overhead Doors and Fencing has all kinds of garage doors in multiple sizes and colors for commercial and residential use and offers both sales and service. Fencing-wise, there's wood, vinyl, metal, and chain link. Southern Ohio Overhead Doors and Fencing can custom make gates and is the only company around that can install and service electrical gate openers. Southern Ohio Overhead Doors and Fencing, 22115 State Route 73 West Portsmouth at Roger Hemming Contractors LLC. Phone 740-529-0133. Guaranteed lowest prices, financing available, credit cards accepted. See store for details.
Good morning. It is time now once again for sports. Are you happy about that?
Just happiness, really.
Yeah, we are. I'm happy about that.
Been on cloud nine.
Brought to you this morning by your good friends at Roger Hemming LLC. Find Roger on the west side. He's got everything you need for construction, overhead door, and fencing. And he's probably not too happy that the Reds lost last night. He's a big Reds fan, you know that.
Oh, yeah, we all are.
Well, it was a good game, and I'll tell you, a lot of times, it wasn't quite like watching a guy pitch a no-hitter from the other team. A lot of times you root for them because, you know, you'd like to see a no-hitter, which is very rare. But last night, it was kind of obvious to me the Reds, while I wanted them to win, I was kind of impressed. You don't see complete games very often.
You don't.
This guy pitched one for Texas.
I'm a little shocked at that. I'm a little shocked the Rangers allowed him to do it. I mean, but think about that. He's got, 5 days to rest up, and the bullpen, basically, they were relegated to the role of spectators, so they should be all fresh.
Well, the thing is, if you're looking at pitch counts like every team does now, and 100 is considered, almost the cutoff, he was doing pretty good. I mean, he got into the 8th inning, and he'd only thrown 82, 83 pitches.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
So they let him go, and the Reds just couldn't get their torpedo bats around it.
No. And, boy, you're right. Pitch count is absolutely everything. And, when you're watching an at-bat in the second, third, or fourth inning, and it's just a full count or foul ball after foul ball after foul ball, it doesn't really seem to be that meaningful at the time, but that can be the difference in your pitcher going 7 or 8 innings or even the distance, as was the case with Eovaldi last night versus being yanked after 5, as was the case in Hunter Green's first start on opening day.
All right, with more on that again this morning, here is Chuck.
Yep, the Reds fell at home to the Texas Rangers 1-0 last night. The star of the show was pitcher Nathan Eovaldi, and unfortunately, he is a Texas Ranger, but he did go the distance, surrendering just 4 hits, striking out 8. He did not walk a single batter. The Reds starter, Carson Spires, did quite well also. He gave up a first-inning home run to Wyatt Langford, which was the lone run of the game, but other than that, Spires did very, very good. He pitched the first 6 innings, allowing just that 1 run off of only 3 hits. The bullpen then came on and did quite well against Texas, allowing no more runs to be scored and just 1 more hit. So both teams mustered 4 hits in last night's game. But it's the Rangers getting the win. These two will wrap up this 3-game set in the Queen City this afternoon, and you can hear today's Working Person special on Fox Sportsmouth AM 1260 and 95.7 FM. Coverage will begin at 12:10, leading up to the 12:40 game time. Hunter Green will get the start today for Cincinnati. Jack Leiter will be on the mound for the Rangers. The Reds are 2-3. The Reds will try and win their first series of the young season when these two collide today in the Queen City. Like the Reds, the Cleveland Guardians were shut out yesterday as well. Cleveland fell at San Diego 7-0. Those two will meet today at 4:10. Yesterday in high school baseball, Notre Dame defeated South Gallia 8-2. Huntington Ross prevailed over Greene 12-0. Piketon was a winner over Northwest 13-10. South Webster defeated Eastern Pike 16-1. Wellston shut out Oak Hill 9-0. Waverly doubled up on Hillsboro 4-2. Jackson slipped past Unioto 3-2 in 8 innings, and Paint Valley was triumphant over Western Pike 12-2. Yesterday in high school softball, Huntington Ross defeated Greene 19-6. Southeastern Ross was a winner over Waverly 12-10. Paint Valley picked up a 17-2 victory over Western Pike. Jackson blanked Greenfield McLean 10-zip. Colgrove knocked off Minford 19-0. South Webster recorded a 7-1 victory over Clay. Wellston defeated Oak Hill 23-0, and Ironton was triumphant over Fairland 17-0. The Shawnee State baseball team's home game against Bluefield, Virginia yesterday was canceled. The Bears are scheduled to host Indiana Southeast this Sunday at noon. The SSU softball team is slated to visit Lindsey Wilson tomorrow for a doubleheader. Those two games are scheduled for 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Tonight in the NBA, the Cavs will host the Knicks at 7, and last night in the NHL, the Blue Jackets skated past the Predators 8-4. Your Portsmouth Insurance Sports Time is 8:42. Portsmouth Insurance is a TAH benefits partner. Call Gary Duzan for all of your employee benefit needs. And that is a look at sports.
All right. Thank you, Chuck. And brought to you this morning by Roger Hemming, LLC. Find Raj on the west side on 104 for all your construction and overhead door and fencing. And one more time, take a look at your traffic weather coming up.
Southern Ohio Overhead Doors and Fencing has all kinds of garage doors in multiple sizes and colors for commercial and residential use, and offers both sales and service. Fencing-wise, there's wood, vinyl, metal, and chain link. Southern Ohio Overhead Doors and Fencing can custom make gates and is the only company around that can install and service electrical gate openers. Southern Ohio Overhead Doors and Fencing, 22115 State Route 73 West Portsmouth at Roger Hemming Contractors LLC. Phone 740-529-0133. Guaranteed lowest prices, financing available, credit cards accepted. See store for details.
And it is your traffic, a service of your good friends at the Scioto River. And they're there rock steady to, again, give you the legendary steaks, chicken, and ribs you need and deserve. And the doors will be open this morning at 11. All right, well, we've been talking a lot about the possibility of severe weather, and we're going to get some to some degree. So, a little prep is never bad. Patio furniture, things like that. Make sure it's all secure. If you're going to be out today in a big rig, we're going to be getting wind gusts up to 55 mile an hour, so be ready for that. We got Pond Run still closed, still for 90 days until they get the bridge fixed. But today, clearing of the right-of-way will still be on Pine Creek Road in Bloom Township, and there will be flaggers on scene. So if you see something we need to know about, give us a call at 354-1993. Traffic, a service of the Scioto River, opens 7 days a week.
Weather, a service of Mary's Spirit Shop, where spring cleaning is going on now with the lowest prices on spirit shirts starting at just $5, plus a $10 clearance rack. Mary's is your complete headquarters for baseball and softball needs, plus boutique clothing at 50% off. Save now at Mary's Spirit Shop, 2109 Gallia Street in Portsmouth.
First alert forecast from WSAZ, a mix of clouds and sun, some gusty winds at times, temperatures headed for the 80s. Look for an isolated shower in the afternoon, but most folks stay dry. Remaining breezy and warm overnight tonight, but rain does approach near dawn for Thursday. That's when the first alert weather days start. Flood watch in effect, periods of rain and rumbles Thursday, even into Friday. I'm WSAZ News Channel 3 meteorologist Brandon Butcher on the Ohio Valley's hit music channel, Mix 99.